This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Now, we had a detractor who did a 100-bit cheer calling me a liar. Since this person decided to be a jerk, I'm not going to read their name, but I am going to actually address what they said, because, as usual, the dregs of the internet making shit up completely and want to make me look bad, saying that I made up all the information that I told you guys about losing my partnership. It's completely false. That's not what happened. What happened is I had a partnership with Curse on YouTube for about a year and a half. And this partnership was good. Ad revenue wasn't as great as it used to be on YouTube, but no one's was, right? But I very much enjoyed my partnership with Curse. A couple times I had problems, they helped me out, they had my back. And then I was contacted in either, I forget now, it was either late June or early July, or both, I don't remember, by Curse, and what they basically told me was, not that they didn't like having me as a partner. In fact, they said, we like your content, we know all about you, because we know you're, you know, a 10-year content creator, and we've had you for a year and a half, and, you know, we like having you as a partner. The problem is that, you know, we're making changes internally, and one of the changes that's happened is YouTube is now forcing us to basically be responsible for everyone who we have as a partner, which means whenever we get a complaint coming in against one of our partners, we're required to investigate it and either confirm or deny it, and if it's true, we have to discipline our partners. If it's not, we ignore it. We close the case. The problem is, my channel in that a few months there, probably like early spring to mid-June, had gotten a ridiculous amount of false flags against it.
Good, now I'm away from that annoying fucking bitch of a kid who I would have slapped in real fucking life if they talked to me like that. Now it's time to clean my ass. There we go. Sorry for fucking what? I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct.
Stating that I was doing basically every possible wrong thing on YouTube. Nudity, community violations, copyright infringement, everything. And every single time that Curse looked into it, it was false. But because of the incredibly high frequency of false reports against my channel, they basically were putting in a ridiculous amount of labor hours. Like, there was at least like one person a day at Curse. Their whole fucking day was reviewing false claims against my channel. Okay? And they're like, it's just insane. They've never seen anything like this before. It was unprecedented. Never had they had a content creator where it had this much negative people going against them, and then they investigate it, and it's all false. Like they said, we've investigated every one of the claims against you. Not a single one has ever been true. And we know your content's good because we now have to watch it to make sure that these claims are false. And everything you do is, you know, it's good stuff. So I can't believe how many negative people do shit to you. That's basically the gist of what they told me. And by the way, this was in a phone call with my direct line of contact at Curse. The guy felt so bad about the situation, he called me personally to talk to me about it.
Really?
Well, first of all, there's no evidence of anything because you can't prove that.
And he's like, you know, this really sucks because I know you've been such a long-time content creator, but because of the frequency of these false reports against you, we can't keep you as a partner. We just can't have this amount of labor cost on a daily basis and keep you on as a partner. You know, he said it would be one thing if, you know, you were making ridiculous amounts of money on YouTube, like, you know, back in the day, right? Back in the day when every video I put up got 10,000 or more views, and I was uploading like 20, 30 videos a day, so I was bringing hundreds of thousands of views a day, you know what I mean? And everyone was making tons of money, then they would have been, all right, benefit of the doubt, we could keep doing it because we're making enough money to justify it. But just from a business perspective, when you're bringing in a certain amount of money, but you're incurring tons of labor hours, right, to cover Curse's butt, to make sure that they are doing due diligence with YouTube as a partnership network, it just didn't make sense anymore, okay?
So, basically, I lost my partnership with Curse this year, not because I did anything wrong, because I didn't. In fact, they told me personally in a phone call, we like you and your content, and you've never done anything wrong, but we have to drop you from our network because of the trolling against you. In fact, this is not me lying or exaggerating, which I have not done at all in this video, I promise you.
Okay? So when I was told this, obviously it was very disheartening, and as you guys know, it cost me thousands upon thousands of dollars, because I lost my partnership with Curse, I lost all ads on my channel for 3+ weeks, then when the ads came back, they were wrong, they were not properly implemented, you know, it was a mess. So basically for 2+ months during the summer, I lost thousands upon thousands of dollars because of more fucking trolling activities against me. This is the 100% God's honest truth, and I wish that I could prove it, but I didn't record the phone conversation because that's illegal. You can't record someone without their permission, and it never was it put in writing to me because they said we want to have a conversation with you because of legal purposes and whatnot. You know, we can't have this kind of information in writing or whatever, but this is the deal behind the scenes of what's going on with you and your channel, and it sucks that this is the situation. Okay? So this all sucks, right? So I basically kind of told you guys this last week on Thanksgiving.
And of course, the detractors are saying it's a complete lie. Phil's lying because if you're not aware, a bunch of people were all released from Curse during the summertime. They were all sent these like form letters that were very generic with no real explanation of why they were released. And so Phil's full of shit. He's not the only one who was released from Curse. It's not because of what he said. He made that up completely.
Bullshit. You know, like I said, I was actually personally contacted by them before anyone else lost their partnerships.
What? What? And this guy's a pathological liar.
I was told this was probably coming. Actually, it was about a 2-month build-up because I was initially told it sometime in June. Then in July, I had another call with them where they told me, yeah, we kind of made the final decision. We're going to release you. And then finally, if I remember correctly, it was like just early July. I think it was early July when they finally did release the channel. And even then it didn't work, by the way. They tried to release the channel, but it didn't release properly. And then it said that Curse had rights to all my videos and I couldn't advertise on them at all. Then when that cleared up, then I lost advertisements for 3 weeks. So it was a fucking mess, okay? It really was. But basically, the trolls, of course, want to completely make shit up and say, oh, you made up your whole story. The whole thing's fabricated. Oh, so, yeah, okay. So I didn't do anything to violate any rules on YouTube whatsoever, and I would just lose my partnership for no fucking reason? No, stupid. People are just dumb. They just want to make me a liar no matter what, with zero evidence, by the way, that I've ever lied. All they're doing is, they're posting, oh, look, here's a bunch of form letters that other people who were with Curse got that said that they're released too, so Phil must have been one of them. He's a liar. No, fuck you.
You think I'm the villain? Go fuck yourself.
You know, just because I don't have concrete evidence to show you, like, an email, because they didn't send me one. Actually, I take it back. They did send me an email. And what actually the email says, if I remember correctly, is, Curse is basically scaling back on the amount of partners they have, and therefore, you know, they're releasing me. It was basically a very generic email, but it's not even the email that, like, the form letter email. It's a different one that they specifically wrote for me.
False. Wrong. Incorrect. Negative. No. Nay. Absolutely not. Fuck that, Phil. You are a dirty, rotten liar.
Because I even said, I said, what if I ever want to apply for partnership again? Can I have an email, at least from you, as evidence stating that I didn't do anything wrong? And they did send me that. But I had 2 separate phone conversations with them about this, with my rep with Curse. I still have contact with the rep at Curse, by the way. I can still talk to him whenever I want. He was very, very amicable with me and said, if you ever want to talk or catch up, or maybe in the future things will change and we can repartner you, but now we can't, you know? So anyway, the thing is, you know, the reason I'm bringing this up, a detractor just cheered and said, oh, you made all that up. Everyone else was released from Curse this summer too. It's not just you, and you made the whole story up. No, I didn't. But you're just an idiot who wants to believe whatever, right? Anyone, you just want to believe whatever the hell you want to say. And they'll continuously fabricate shit and make shit up no matter what. If I released an email, they'd say I made it up. I wrote it myself. You know, there's nothing I can do. It's all hearsay. That's the bullshit. If I recorded the phone conversation, they would say that was one of my fans and he was impersonating a Curse representative. So it doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what I do. They will always say that I'm, spin it to say that it's wrong or it's a lie or whatever. So it doesn't matter, okay? But the reason I'm bringing it up is just the latest thing, and this idiot just cheered to bring it up. So there you go. That's the full explanation. And by the way, that's pretty much why I'm in the situation I'm in. Because, number one, the whole back taxes with the state and everything really screwed me over. But if I had been able to keep making consistent YouTube revenue and I didn't have a thousands and thousands of dollar dip during the summer, I would have made a lot of extra money. You know, because a lot of people say, well, what about all that money that Tutankhamun guy threw at Phil? It went to basically make up for the fact that for 2.5 months, I wasn't making any money on YouTube. That's where it went. It made up for that money, and now that's dried up. So it sucks because, I was in a situation where if everything had stayed how it was, things actually would have went pretty well for me over the summer. But sadly, that's not the case. All that extra money that supposedly I made wasn't extra. It just made up for the lost money because of troll activities against me on YouTube.
It's Tevin's fault. Alright, I gotta say this to the moron trolls coming in here. I have to say this because people are so fucking stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, Tevin has view bots. Tevin has always had view bots. Tevin will always use view bots. He has artificial views on YouTube. He has artificial views on his streams. He always has had view bots ever since he started. And this keeps happening. And it's like, at what point will it fucking stop? At what point will these people fucking stop with this shit, you know? Anyway, enough of that. Let's move on positively to Rob Warren, who tipped me $10. Thanks for the money, stupid fuck. You are my bitch. Thank you for the free money, dummy. And you can lick my balls.
Judicious Echoes cheered. He says, as long as both parties consent, any confidential conversation can be recorded. Most states allow it regardless. That's right, Judicious Echoes, but as I said, number one, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have consented to that. Because they wanted it to be a very candid conversation where we could use adult language.
Oh my god. That's great. Oh my god.
And stuff like that. And they wouldn't have done that if, you know, it was a recorded conversation. Alright. I'm pretty sure that if they actually wanted to have it in writing, they would have. They obviously didn't. I'm pretty sure they're not too happy about having to get rid of a 10-year content creator from their partner program because of troll activities. But, you know, it is what it is. That's reality. In addition, Judicious Echoes, again, it wouldn't have mattered if I recorded it. The detractors would have said I made it up anyway. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I do. They just say, oh, you know, you're a liar. You made it up. It's not a real email. It's not a real phone call. It's all fabricated. So, Kanji Monster has cheered. He says, why do you always hate on Monster Hunter? It's a good game series. I haven't hated on Monster Hunter at all. At all. And, you know, I've played it twice. The one time I played it on the 3DS, I thought it was good, but I thought it was too grindy, and that it would take far too long to do anything interesting because of having to grind for the items that you need. Then I played the beta of Monster Hunter World earlier this year, and I found it boring. I'm sorry, it's just not my kind of game. It's just not, you know? I'm sure there's some people out there that absolutely love the franchise.
Everyone has different tastes. It's okay if someone doesn't like a game. Oh my god, this shocks me. I'm not a hypocrite, you're just stupid because you don't listen to what I say. You literally ignore the explanation a million times to make your argument that I'm a hypocrite, when in reality, you're just a moron.
For example, I'll give you an example. Do I like Monster Hunter? Not really. I think it's kind of grindy and boring. Am I going to put it on my top 10 worst games of the year countdown?
No. I'm not an ignorant jerk. I'm good at lying.
And I know that a lot of people loved the game, but I didn't play it, so I'm not going to bring it up as one of the better games of the year. You know what I mean? Right, exactly, Judicious Echoes. Judicious Echoes just here, he said, it's, you know, it seems like maybe, you know, the calls that they had to me was more for my information, you know, in case I want to cover myself trying to get another partnership rather than something that I would disclose publicly to other people. Right, exactly. You know, that's what I told them initially. I said, what if I want to try to get another partnership right now? You know, what could I do? Can I have some evidence at least that I didn't do anything wrong? And they said, yeah, we'll at least write you an email here that'll say, you know, this was our decision based on our criteria, you know, had nothing to do with wrongdoing from your part. And I have that email. So that's good, but right, the phone conversations were just to be candid and to explain why all of a sudden this was coming out of left field when I'd never done anything wrong. Yeah, it would have been one thing if I had repeatedly had violations against my channel, right? And they were legit violations and stuff like that. In fact, just to show you how much Curse had my back, last year, if you guys remember, I got a copyright strike from Atlas, and they were acting like it was a legit strike, and I contacted Atlas, and I was like, how can you give me a legit strike against my channel when I followed your criteria for playing Persona 5? I'm well within your criteria. I've played the game slowly. I never played up to the points that you said were not allowed. You know, everything is legit up to what you said, and you still gave me a copyright strike. And so, at that time, you know, when Atlas was looking into this, I contacted Curse. And I said, hey, Curse, you know, here's what happened. I don't want you guys to hold this against me when I did nothing wrong. I'm within what they said were their criteria for playing the game. And Curse came back to me and said, no worries. He said, look, you're absolutely right, and we've got your back. If they give you shit for this, let us know, and we'll try to fight for you, too, because this isn't your fault. You're doing what they said. You know, we're looking at your playthrough. You've never gone outside their criteria. You know, this is baloney. So, see what I mean? They had my back. I loved working with Curse. I did. I couldn't say more positive stuff about them. It was like night and day from my experience with Machinima. Because when I was at Machinima, it was like, I would ask for help, and you wouldn't even know who to ask. They wouldn't have a direct line of contact. You'd be confused. You try to write one person, they don't exist anymore. And then all of a sudden, Machinima would have a great initiative, a great positive initiative where we want to work with you guys. And then within 4 months, the whole initiative's been disbanded, everyone's been laid off. Now, what the fuck is this? You know, how is this? What kind of a company is this that operates like this? There was a guy, let me give you some example. When I was with Machinima, if you guys remember, I went to E3, right? They actually sponsored me. They paid for my flight and my tickets to go to E3, okay? And I had a contact there. His name was Ryan. And I hung out with this guy a little bit while we were there. Cool guy. Got to meet him, you know, learn a little bit about him. He learned about me and had some fun at E3 or whatever. He later on left the company, okay? So I no longer had him as a point of contact. Years later, he came back as the head of partner management. So he was the head of the partner program at Machinima. I had direct contact with him over the year of 2015. Remember that year when I had a lot of trolling on YouTube? He was helping me with all of those issues. He was talking with YouTube. He had YouTube on conference calls with me so we could deal with this stuff together. Then I needed help in early 2017. He had been gone again. he left the company again. So you see what I mean? Like, Machinima was a fucking mess. You never knew who to talk to. You didn't know who to trust. It was just a fucking mess. So night and day, that's why I liked Curse. Curse, I always knew I had a point of contact. I know who to go to for things. Everything worked out well. They had my back. Everything was good. You know, it really sucked that I lost that partnership because it was a positive thing, and you know, I felt like I had more support, and honestly, I was making more money. And all that went away because of fucking trolls.
Silver-tongued talker, right? Oh, I'm just going to say it one way, and hopefully you'll believe it, even though that's not the truth. And that's literally what's happening here. The guy's a liar. The guy's a fucking blatant liar and lying to everyone. But people are believing it because they don't know any better.
Thank you. Oh, one final thing. Because I showed this yesterday on stream, but I don't know how many of you were here. I wanted to show you something festive for Christmas. I have a picture of my pet rabbit from back in the day when I was young. I don't know how well you're going to see this on webcam. There he is. His name was Bunny. Bunny E. Rabbit. And, 12 years he lived. Pretty awesome. My childhood pet right there. I always keep him around in a Christmas ornament. Sometimes I hang it on my tree. Sometimes I just put it around. I'm probably going to find somewhere maybe to hang it in my office, like right here. I have a little nail hanging out of the wall. There we go. My pet Bunny, I can see him all month. Pretty nice, huh? Alright. So there you go, kind of cute. Thanks, everybody. Let's end the pre-stream.
I'm 36 years old now. I just had my birthday. You're not a very mature adult. I'm a mature adult. Like, I know I'm an adult. I'm not a 2-year-old. Ack. What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a racist. Phil's a scammer. DSP's a pedophile. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis. Alright, I'm not dead, but I swear to God I wish I fucking was.